Hello and welcome, Amada Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview on NewsX. We are in conversation today with a young actor who, of course, has impressed many with his debut performance in Girls Will Be Girls, which, of course, is streaming on Amazon Prime Video. It's also gone to multiple film festivals around the world. I'm talking about Kesav Binoy Prem. Keshav, welcome. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you so much. That was very sweet introduction.
Yes, certainly, of course, impressing all with your debut. But let's just soak it in a bit. So, how has it been for you? The response, firstly, at the film festivals around the world, hearing what critics abroad as well had to say, then your industry screenings as well, which you had in India, and now the wider audience. How has it all been for you?
It's been too surreal, and it's hard to put in words because it's just been continuously giving since last January 2024, where when it was premiered at Sundance. And of
Mhm.
course, it started with that international audience, the response from there, then uh, the big critics that you have always read, and you go to read reviews when films release, them praising the film and performances, and then finally in October when it premiered at MAMI, and when it
Mhm.
opened to the Indian audience, that felt even greater because at the end of the day, you are always excited about how it's going to be received here.
Yes.
And yeah, it's been people in the industry have been praising it. They've been loving it, and they've taken it so personally, which is even more wonderful.
Yes. Is there any one or two things that have stood out for you, or is that hard to say in terms of the compliments?
Definitely hard to say, but I mean, Ritik Roshan sir, he was there at the Mami screening, so he came out, and I remember his expression, and when you watch a good film, at least it happens with me that it's hard for me to put it in words.
Mhm.
I'm not able to express it, and it was a very similar reaction from him, and I just could get it from the expression that he really liked the film, and he gave a
Okay.
sweet hug, which I'll cherish forever, and of course, Dia ma'am, Kankana ma'am, Meera Nair, she was there at Sundance. She was part of the jury.
Mhm. Wow,
Yeah,
these are illustrious names who, of course, liked it. Now, for you, it's an unconventional debut, of course. It's a mature topic, but it's a very powerful role and premise. What was the reason that made you come on board, say yes? Were you also a bit apprehensive about the unconventional aspect of the debut, or did you feel that this was the perfect part for you to make your start?
I mean, to be very honest, when the opportunity came before reading the script, I was all in because the names involved, and I already
Yeah.
knew Ali sir and Risha ma'am were producing it, and the artists they are, that they wouldn't just be involved in a project unless they completely trust it and value it. So for a newcomer like me, I thought, I mean, I'm nobody to even judge or
Mhm.
evaluate the potential of a project.
Mhm.
But again, when I read the script, what really worked with me was it was a world that I knew,
Mhm.
or I knew every character. I knew somebody similar in my personal life, so
Okay.
it felt very rooted and very real, and
Yeah.
that really excited me to
How are
be
they
on
as
board.
producers, Ali Fazal and Jit Chadda? We know them as actors, of course, but how are they as
Yeah.
producers on set?
So I wish every newcomer, they get the blessing of having a producer like them, because they're so caring, and since they're actors, right, they know exactly, I think, um, what an actor needs, the small things that maybe even you don't think about it, or you're apprehensive about talking
Mhm.
about it, but they take that into consideration, and they would be prepared with it.
Okay. I have to ask you then, Keshav, how you were as a student. Were you a studious student? Were you someone who was, up to no good? Were you someone who was the extrovert? Were you someone who was flirtatious with the girls? Were you sporty? Were you into extracurricular activities? How was Keshav the student?
I would say I was a mix of many, which you mentioned.
Okay.
uh, up till 10th grade, I was the head boy. I mean, in 10th grade, I was the head boy, and I was the good boy in school. good with teachers and academics. But in 11th and 12th is when I figured that academics is not my forte, and I went on to more towards the Sri side of the character,
Okay.
and I started getting similar marks as that of Sri in the films.
Okay. And when did you decide that you wanted to be an actor?
I've always wanted to be. I never said it out, except to my mother, because even to my father, I always felt that unless I do something about it, if I say
Mhm.
it, I'll be diluting it, and it would
Okay.
my father would just react as if ye bas ek naya shauq hai,
Ah,
and he wouldn't value it. I felt
yeah.
so. I only told him about this once I got logged for the film, and it was a shock, obviously for him.
Mm, of course. Yeah. Okay. Well, fantastic. It's been a great debut for you, and we wish you many more powerful roles as well ahead in your career too. What's coming up next? Can you share with us, or is that something in wraps? And what's your dream project? What's your dream genre to get into?
Ah, so what's in line is I've shot for an American production. It's a feature film called Sanvi,
Okay.
and it's about a young IT guy. It's based on a real life story, and he has a secret gambling
Wow.
addiction, and he resorts to a crime because of this addiction, and that crime goes horribly
Hmm.
wrong. And so I play that man. He's the first Indian to get a death penalty in the US.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And what's the dream
so
genre for you?
that's in post production. And dream genre would be um, I definitely like this age of the coming of age films. I believe
Ah.
because I myself have seen so many from Udan to Luck by Chance to Lakshya. All these are
Yeah.
such favorites that I really want to use this time to be part of films such as that, because I think
Okay.
it really influences the youth, and yeah, it's a very good space, I believe.
Nice. So for the producers listening, you know who to cast now if you're making a film on that premise. But fantastic, so good to hear this, and I'm sure that American film is also going to work out very well. Final question, then I have to ask you this. Have you seen the perception, evolve and change? Then I know you're young in your career right now, but of that the West has towards Indians in cinema. With your film going to all these international festivals, your experience now working on this American project as a lead, as well.
Definitely. In fact, my biggest takeaway from the international response was that a lot many film enthusiasts there, when they came to watch the film, their response was, "Oh, we didn't know Indians make films like this. We thought it is only the loud dancing, the action, loud drama films." And they had tears when they were saying this. And today, it's a much more personal compliment to me, even more than somebody just talking about my acting in the film. So I would definitely want to do
Wow.
projects like that, and I think, yeah, they really need Indian actors as well,
Mhm.
because a lot many had talked about projects there, and they said
Yes.
that though we need Indian representation in films here, but there seems to be less options for them to
Okay.
explore.
Okay. Well, fantastic. Let's hope we keep on churning out then films like this. All the very best to you. And as you go ahead, and especially for this next film that's coming up. And congratulations once again for the response for Girls Will Be Girls. Keshav, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. Lovely talking to you.